going on, guys? Early morning. So unless you've been living under a rock for, I don't know, the past 2 months or so, or you're not into cars at all, you probably have heard about the new 2018 Dodge Demon that is coming out. And I know I am extremely late to the party in talking about this, I guess, or at least giving my initial thoughts, but I did record a video very shortly after the Demon was released, but it came out really crappy thanks to poor camera positioning, which is something I'm trying to improve upon. But anyway, some people have asked me, what I think about the Demon, and I've heard a lot of reactions to it since its release in mid-April. So I kind of wanted to take a minute here to give you guys my thoughts about it. I think it's absolutely insane. It really is. And I mean that in a very good way. I don't mean it in a negative way, like, oh, it's a waste of money and it's stupid, and those are honestly some of the reactions I've been hearing to it. Someone's gonna kill themselves, you can build a car for cheaper and all that kind of stuff, and blah 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 blah. Shut up. That's my reaction to you, honestly. Like, you people are so obnoxious, because the people who have been saying a lot of this stuff will never build a car like that or do anything of the sort, race, you name it, and they buy a muscle car or a sports car for all the wrong reasons, Typical haters. But anyway, okay, and this asshole in a Jeep Grand Cherokee just totally cut me off. So, anyway, the reason I tell you to shut up is because, the Demon is really, just like Dodge said in the release, a car that nobody else will build. And that's one of the things that's one of the reasons I'm a Mopar guy and I love Dodge, is they just don't give a shit, just like everyone else has really pinpointed and they totally have proved true. I mean, they kind of proved it when they released the Hellcat for the 2015 model year, but I mean, this just proves it even more. I mean, a car that can run 9s from the factory with a warranty, like, that is ridiculous. And yeah, I know people say a 4,200 pound drag car doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, and yeah, okay, I could see your argument there, but you know what, the car is still ridiculous and does that number with under 1,000 horsepower, which is really remarkable if you think about it. I mean, not to dumb down 840 horsepower and 770 pound-feet of torque, but they could have easily made that 1,000 horsepower if they wanted to, but they didn't. What they did is they took weight out of the car, because that's one of everyone's reasoning for not buying a Hellcat or a Challenger or Charger in general, is because they're too big and too heavy. But now a car from Dodge that has lost about 200 pounds versus a Hellcat and can run 9s all day long is just absolutely amazing. And it sounds like they're gonna start around $84,000. Worth the money? I think so. And like I said, a car that can run 9s from the factory, like, come on. And a car that pops a wheelie from the factory. I mean, come on, that's even more amazing. So, I mean, all these things add up. You just need to think about that. What other company out there would build a car like this? And the answer that immediately comes to my mind is no company. I mean, I can tell you right now, Ford wouldn't do it. I don't know that Chevy would do it. Dodge, I would pick to do it all day long. None of the imports are gonna do it. So, because drag racing is really a big American thing. That's the thing. This car is very America. Even my car is very America, but that is not a bad thing at all. In fact, I'd argue it's a very good thing, unlike what a lot of car reviewers say. But anyway, those are my thoughts on the Dodge Demon. I think it's an amazing car. I do think it's a good thing they're that they're limiting production of it, because I mean, there are certain people who should not have access to a car like that. Let's be honest here. They're only making 3,300 of them. If you haven't heard, 3,000 are going to be here in the US and 300 for Canada. So they're going to be very rare up in Canada, but they're even not going to be super common here in the United States. But I have to admit, the fact that Dodge hasn't limited production of the Hellcat has been a big seller for them, literally, because look how many Hellcats are out on the road. Whether you have a Charger or a Challenger, I mean, yeah, I see them pretty often, actually. And that, yeah, some will say, oh, that takes away from the specialness, but you know what? Look how many they've sold. So from a sales standpoint, it totally made sense to not limit production of that car. So now more people can have 707 horsepower, which is nothing to sneeze at. The Demon, that's for the person who knows what they want. They see that car and they're like, I have to have that car. They're gonna take it, well, I hope, they're gonna take it to the track and just tear the competition apart, which is the most amazing thing. They're gonna piss people off. They're gonna piss off people who have spent a good amount of money building up older vehicles into pretty impressive drag cars, and then this brand new Dodge Demon comes along and just smokes them. You know, that's gonna happen. That said, ask any racer. I mean, there is always somebody out there who is always faster than you. You know, it's the way it goes. And I'm not even like a drag racer or anything. I've never taken my car to the track. I've never taken any car to a racetrack, actually, to race it. I would like to see what it'll run, but I kind of want to do that farther down the line, as far as, you know, after I do some modifications to this car. So anyway, sorry for rambling on, but those are my thoughts on the Demon. I think it's an amazing car. People have already teased me that I need to upgrade to one, which I'm not getting one. I'm gonna let other people enjoy it. But that kind of brings me to the next thing I want to talk about. Would I upgrade to a Hellcat? And you know, I was seriously thinking about it, even though I still, you know, have a little bit longer. I still don't plan to get rid of the Scat Pack anytime soon. I do want to keep this car for a while. And that's basically the conclusion that I've reached is, you know, would I trade this car in for a Hellcat maybe down the road or something? And if I did, why? And the reason I thought I would is because it's still one of the most insane offerings from Dodge, and how much longer with impending regulations and stuff like that can we continue to offer cars like that? And same goes for the Demon. You know, how much longer will the Hellcat and cars that are similar be in production? Hopefully they're not going anywhere. I don't think they are anytime soon, especially as long as we have, you know, the great car companies like Dodge putting out these amazing products. But I did think about getting a Hellcat, and basically the conclusion that I've reached is I think I would more so enjoy keeping my Scat Pack and modifying it down the road. So we'll see. Good old New Jersey, where you can't pump your own gas, I tell you. Let's turn this radio off. Let's see if someone's gonna be nice enough to let me go. Oh, how about that? Not always that lucky. Alright. So like I said, I did think about a Hellcat for a bit, but you know, this car, the Scat Pack, is really special to me just because, you know, if I got rid of it, I think I would really miss it. And I think as amazing and insane as a Hellcat would be, if I just did some tweaks to this car to make it my own, I think I would enjoy it even more. So we'll see. You know, there's something to be said. I'm old-fashioned in that I love naturally aspirated engines. As much as I would love to hear that whining supercharger up in front of me, you know, that would be awesome. I'm not going to turbocharge or pro-charge this car, at least I say now. You know, I've got the shaker good, and that's one thing that I love, and I want to keep it all motor, and I want to just do some things down the road, like a tune, a cam, headers, exhaust. It's probably going to start with deleting the resonators, and I think down the road more so I'll go after an aftermarket exhaust, although unless I find a better setup that maybe keeps the stock axle back, because I do really love the sound this car makes. I think it sounds awesome from the factory, but you know, after a while you get used to it and it needs to be louder. So we'll see. I think, like, I've heard 50 to 100 bucks, or maybe even cheaper in some regards, depending on where you get it done. Basically, for really cheap, you can delete the resonators and just have them cut out and have a straight piece of pipe welded in their place, and just keep the rear axle mufflers so that it will increase the sound of this car. And I have heard recordings. It sounds fantastic. It definitely increases the volume, and I've probably heard it in person. That's what I'm guessing. I've heard ones that definitely sound louder than stock. So I think I do want to do that relatively soon, and that's probably going to kickstart the whole thing. So we'll see how soon down the road. The more I think about it, the more I do want to do it this summer. I just want to find a good shop that will do a good job and have it done there. So of course there'll be videos of that when that time comes, and I also just want to make more videos. You know, I haven't been happy with the amount of videos that I've been putting out in the time that I've owned this car. I've been a YouTube partner now for 2 years, and I had higher intentions initially, but you know, life happens. You're working on a full-time career, like I'm driving to work right now while I'm making this video, so I need to find time to actually put into YouTube. And my equipment was really lacking for a while, but now that I have a GoPro, now that I have a good computer that is modern, and I have good editing software and stuff. Sorry, it's really loud. Got a big dump truck right next to me. So now that I have all the good software, I can make much better videos, and so stay tuned. I hope you've noticed that my editing is getting better. Still working on getting more comfortable in front of the camera, and things will become more natural to me over time. So be sure to stay tuned. Thanks a lot for watching this video. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up, and subscribe for more today. Take care.